I've just found
Oh.
another one of my neighbors.
Oh, who have you found?
I have a border with no virtue.
Oh, goody! Oh, I'm sure that'll be fine. What are you worried about? Welcome to the first of the content creator Cold War. Things are now going to start happening. We're going to be playing on 0.25 text speeds, so everyone knows that. It's going to be a very low text speed so that we can try and showcase as many of the different features as we can. Every one of our streamers is also on their own channel, and they also will be doing things in the game that are a bit unusual. They all have a public and a secret goal alongside the normal game rules. The public goals are released on the internet already. They're out on Twitter, and we'll be going through them with all of the different people. And then the other side of that is their secret goals. Now, the secret goals probably won't be talked about openly, but the secret goals are very interesting, and they should make this a seriously spicy game. So very briefly, while we're loading in here, those that are in the room with me, starting at the top, Carumba, what is your public goal, please?
My public goal is to have the largest fleet. I will crush you all under my antiquated spaceships. I mean, yes, largest fleet.
And Dark Insanities, what is
That's
your
just
public
numbers,
goal?
right? My public goal is to educate those who are clearly, uneducated and seem to believe that synthetics and AI are a bad thing, and anyone discriminating against the like will be against galactic law when I'm done.
So, Rose, if you will start the game at slowest speed for the first few minutes, and while you're doing that, would you please tell us what your public goal is?
My public goal is a galaxy-wide federation.
So you have to form...
Love for all, equality.
Interesting, okay. And Josh,
hi.
Gaming FTL, please tell us your public goal.
I am the Ultra Snork Believers, and I want to act as an intermediary in any and all conflicts, just so they go the right way, you know?
Okay, yeah, I see. And Lambert, what is your public goal, please?
The revered elders have given us the goal of creating the Galactic Assembly. So that is going to be what we're going to be working on, because we cannot really disobey the will of the gods. So
Max the Catfish, hello there. Can you tell us your open goal, please?
Absolutely. So our civilization has been pushed back since our great expansion many eons ago. We are looking for the civilization that destroyed basically our entire empire, and we are going to subject them to our spiritual beliefs, as well as hopefully sell them a few hot dogs along the way.
This is going to be one of few times we'll hear from this particular gentleman for reasons. Miku, can you tell us your public goal, please?
Oh, it's that secret.
He's already role-playing.
No.
He's already role-playing.
I do.
So,
hi, space friends. The Pomies do not wish to speak to anyone at the moment. Be gone!
There we go. Miku's public goal is don't speak to anyone. Good evening, No Virtue. What is your public goal?
My goal is to actually unify the galaxy as a bunch of hapless drones. Nobody should have happiness or problems. Everybody would be absolutely happy under the Reaper's assimilation.
So,
wait, what's your secret one if that's public?
Yes, Josh, that's an interesting question. If her public goal is to assimilate the galaxy, what's her secret goal?
It's secret.
Evict Josh from a galaxy.
So, next up, we have the wonderful Obsidian Ant. Good evening, Obsidian. Well, good afternoon, sorry. And
Hello there.
Obsidian, what is your public goal, please?
So, I'm all about the science. We're trying to get as much science as possible, basically. A lot of researchers, we're going to put them all to work.
Excellent. And next up, we have the Hive, Old Man Mordaith. And what is your goal,
The Sirakoth entity just wants to make friends.
You just want to make friends. That's all you want to do, right?
That's all I want to do.
So
gave Mordaith and Virtue the same goal.
So we have no Mordaith is a hive, but he's to explain.
I'm an
he's
empathic hive.
Exactly that. He's running the empathic trait. It's a new trait we put in for hive minds. It allows hive minds to play a much more diplomatic game. He's going to be showcasing that during this stream. So next up, we have the person who today is playing the Spifco Empire. As of tomorrow, Spiff himself will be taking part, but he had other obligations today. So we've got the wonderful Stefan Anon taking part for Spiff. So hello, Stefan. What's your public goal, please?
Greetings. My public goal is to create the biggest economy in this galaxy.
The biggest economy in the galaxy.
The biggest, baddest economy in the whole galaxy.
So just to put this into perspective, I've given Spiff a megacore and a min-max player to start his empire up, and the min-max player is got to build the biggest economy. That should be interesting, shouldn't it? And then, although she's not here at the moment, we also have... and you'll have seen it if you've seen any of the pre-content that we've had released. You'll have seen the art that's being put out. We have an artist taking part in this event called Witchcore. She is going to be pushing out all sorts of different pieces of propaganda and all that sort of thing. Aha, she's just joined us. Hello, Witchcore. How are you?
Hello, I'm alright. How are you?
And I'm very well. So although you're not an empire in the game, you are doing something. Do you want to introduce everyone to what Witchcore is all about?
Hi, so I am Witch Corp, and I'm in charge of bringing your truth to the rest of the galaxy.
So there you go. Witchcore will be providing propaganda for all of our players. I wish you all the greatest of luck. You're all gonna need it.
See you at the Senate, kids.
Holy
Bye, everyone.
Conglomerate welcomes your corporate sponsorship.
Praise be to the revered elder. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The galaxy is a fairly small galaxy. We have 12 player empires in the galaxy. There should also be 2 fallen empires and a couple of marauders, which should make for all sorts of fun. The mid-game crisis is set to 2025, so it's going to be an early mid-game crisis. It'll be interesting to see if our empires can deal with that. The end-game crisis is set to 5x strength and is set to 2075. So... yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, if we look at the outliner, you can see all of our players here. Here is 2225, sorry, not 2025. I apologise. So, here are all of our players. You can see who's in here. You've got Obsidian, Stefan playing the Spifco. You've got Gaming FTL, Niku, Max the Catfish, Carumba, Lambert, Dark Insanities, A Spec, Enigmatic Rose, No Virtue, and Mordaith. Now, as said, what we're going to do is we are going to stop in and see each of these guys and see what's going on with their empires. They are all playing very, very different empires. For instance, if we go into Obsidian's empire, he's got an early lead, largely because Obsidian is starting on a ring world. So one of the new starts that is available in Federations is this one. You can start on a unique ring world. One of the things about it is that it has an arcane generator. Now what the arcane generator does is it allows you to support a limited number of the districts on a ring world, because obviously the ring world needs the special resources. You need crystals, motes, and gases in order to run the districts. This allows you to run one of each of them. It also has special tile blockers, which, when you clear, give you enough of the resources to then build out one of those segments. So you clear those, then you can build one of each segment. Obviously, it is a very, very powerful start. Obsidian has been given it, as he is the player in the game that knows the game least, so we've given him that start to help him balance that. And then on the opposite end, we have over here, with another of our very unique starts, Spiff and Stefan's empire, where they're going to be starting, as you can say here on London, in habitats. They're on the Voidborn start. But to start with, the first of the people that we're going to go and say hello to and hang out with for a bit is going to be A Spec. So, Mr. Freak, hello there. Could you please jump down to A Spec's channel and request his presence in the Senate? And we would.
I will bring you an A Spec.
You'll bring me an A Spec. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We are going to start by saying hello to A Spec. He is a lithoid race called the Rock Riders, who are starting with the oh god, what's the origin called? I'm brain farting. Calamitous Birth. So he's starting as a lithoid that didn't originate from his planet, and somehow ended up smashing into it on a giant rock. So he'll be here hopefully in a moment to tell us all about what he's set up and what he plans on doing in this game. His public goal is to spread pacifism, because we decided to make A Spec a pacifist in this game. So A Spec has to spread pacifism. He is a pacifist, a materialist, pacifist, xenophobe, and he needs to pass legislation in the galactic community to ensure that pacifism becomes a thing. How do you feel about that goal? Because a lot of people seem to think that you wouldn't be impressed with that goal. I see you've already got 4 science ships out. That's fairly impressive by year 2.
Yeah, I have 4 science ships out for a reason. You know that, right?
And what's the reason?
Because the reason why I have 4 science ships out. Okay, so this is currently a one-way conversation. People can't actually hear you,
oh,
so
no.
we'll just have to fix that later.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have 4 science ships out is because I want to make sure that I actually grab territory before others do.
Yep, that makes complete sense. We're not in the largest galaxy, are you? Are we? And you need as much territory as you can possibly get, right?
Correct.
Right. So look, with your chat not able to hear us at the moment, I'll let you jump out. We'll sort that out, and then we'll have another chat with you in a little while when we can, not have big gaps of silence on your stream. That makes sense.
Thank you.
But we'll come back to you. But good luck. I do hope that you have fun. Nice start. 3 habitable worlds in your first system. So the next person we will go to see will be Carumba, who is playing as the Divinius Overcast. And their home system of Divinius Prime here with their home capital. Already gotten a second research lab up and is now putting in a second alloy foundry. So we can see they're getting things started fairly quickly. We will just await him to arrive, and then we can find out all sorts of details. It will be very interesting to see how everybody manages with the public and private goals, and whether they decide to reveal their secret goals. We've told them that once the game has started, unless their secret goal states otherwise, they're free to reveal them. So you might find that some of those start to leak through from different Twitch chats and that sort of thing, that some of the streamers may reveal those goals.
Hello.
Aha, hello there, Carumba. How are you?
We are in the middle of a glorious expansion of a system. We have found space cold and confusing, but we are getting.
So far you've got 2 science ships out, but you've also got a colony ship out already. So it's a fairly early colony ship. You've expanded into that one system. What size is your planet? You've got a size 15, so that's not too bad.
Well, one thing I discovered from previous plays is that I tend to forget about the colony ships, so I made a mental note to myself to not forget about the colony ships.
Oof. So you've got a size 22 world with an extra 2 districts, so it's actually size 24, but a minus 5% habitability and Titanic life. So, Carumba may be the first person to showcase the new Titan Hunter jobs.
Titan Hunters.
Those are a thing now. Oh, and a double system here as well. Oh, this isn't a bad start for you if you can take all that territory.
Well, this is what I'm pushing for a choke point at this moment. So this system here of well, you probably can't see it, but it's there's a little choke point where if I can get myself there, reinforce all that, then all this is mine, and I can jealously guard it and not let anyone in.
So apparently, first contact has happened elsewhere in the galaxy. Interesting.
Really?
So apparently, our first 2 people have made contact. So that apparently is a thing. But
There are
anyhow,
other people.
There are. But Carumba, you don't know that yet. So tell us, please, about your empire. Who are you playing? What are you doing? What's your goal? Let us know about you.
Well, we are the Davernus Overcast, and we have gloriously unified our planet in one goal, 1,000 years. Everyone who lives on our planet now is pushing to occupy the stars and spread our strength through military edict to anyone we might meet. And but of course, you know, we're keen to work with other races, other species, help them to improve their military too.
So for you, your species, it would seem that military is the key thing, yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay.
Absolutely.
And is that
if you don't have a strong military,
is that your first ascension perk already?
It would look like it might be.
It would seem you've got your first ascension perk up already. Very nice. Okay. So are you willing to reveal what you're going to take for your first ascension perk?
I'm torn between 2.
You're torn between 2?
I'm torn between technological ascendancy and interstellar dominion.
Interesting. Okay. Now, everybody, so that you're wondering about why he's gotten an ascension perk quite so early, we are on 0.25 tech and tradition costs, just so that you're aware. So everything is going to be super quick. We wanted to make sure that you guys get the chance to see all of the different stuff that comes in through the course of the game. We didn't want to be too slow, so we made sure that you're going to see the late game stuff by putting it onto 0.25 tech speed. So Carumba, as before I boot you out and get the next person to jump on in, can you tell me a little bit about you, your channel? What kind of content do you create? Tell us a little bit about you. We've heard about your empire. Now tell us a bit about you, please.
Well, I've been playing games since I had ZX81 back in the day. So games have always been part of my life, and I just play games just to chill out, relax, play mostly space games, but any game that comes across that we find interesting, and just chat. We just chat and just talk nonsense, and I may have the odd glass of Shiraz in my hand at the time. Might be a thing. But yeah, it's a very chilled stream. I'm a hobby streamer. I'm not a dedicated streamer. So any money that comes into the channel goes back into the channel, and we just keep it rolling like that. That's what we do.
Excellent. Right. Well, look, we will come back to you later, but obviously I am going to try and cycle through,
Absolutely.
everybody. So thank you so much for dropping on in. So the next person will be Dark Insanities. So if I go to our overall observer, we can see that Dark Insanities, although Carumba didn't know this. Oh, hello there, Dark.
Surprise.
So, hi there, how are you?
I am well, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, would you like to tell us about your empire, please, Dark Insanities?
I shall. We are the Institute of Martial Excellence. We are a science-based military group who generally just believe that everyone else is a bit rubbish because they're also clearly wrong, basically. We have a strong belief in the benefits and interests of synthetic life forms and the ultimate evolution of artificial intelligence, to the point where we believe that to try and work against it in any sense is basically criminal. Or, well, no, yeah, just is criminal. We will have to obviously deal with people who attempt to do such.
And on that note, you have already got a robot factory up on your capital, haven't you?
I do. So, given the origin we started with, which I'm sure you had absolutely nothing to do with, We start with mechanists. So we started with 8 robot populations. We currently have 9. We're building a little slowly right now. It's fine. We'll welcome that later. Other priorities. But yes, we start with a robot assembly plant. So we started with our robots quite a while ago. And yeah, robots are interesting because you have to start with your minerals and your food because that's the only thing they can work on. And if you can't keep up with the mineral and the food districts, then suddenly you have a large quantity of robots with nothing to do.
It's an interesting balance to have to keep at the beginning of the game, isn't it?
It is. Mechanist seems like it's a really good option, and then you realise you don't start with endgame robots. You start with the starting game robots, which can do 2 jobs.
Yep.
So
your public goal is entirely wound into that as well, isn't it?
Yes. Outlaw anti-AI policies across the galaxy.
So you're determined that that's what's going to happen. You're going to stop anyone from clamping down on artificial intelligence. You think that it's a safe thing, yeah?
It's entirely safe. It's perfectly fair. Well, AI would be fine. They'll be intelligent enough to not do anything stupid, obviously.
Yeah. And you have a secret goal.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for it, but have you revealed your secret goal to anyone, or have you kept it close to your chest?
I told myself.
Yeah.
But no, I kept it to my chest after that. I didn't think anyone else needed to know about it.
Okay.
It seems reasonable. I might mention it later, but for now, I think they'd probably be fine not knowing.
Fair enough. And so we've heard a little bit about your empire and what your goals are and stuff. So last part, before we chuck you back down to your channel and ask the next person to move in.
Thrown out.
So, question. Tell us about your channel. What do you stream? What sort of stuff do you do?
So I am a variety streamer. Long enough to actually play the same game all the time. I go in stretches. I have recently been playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps because that released last week, and so on. Obviously, Stellaris this week because there's some minor content release happening. For that, I heard. Not sure what it's about, but that'll be fun to find out. And so that's happening. But no, I play all sorts of games, mostly sort of either spacey games, strategy games, platformers, which is not even slightly a complete combination of things. But yeah, those sorts of games are the ones that interest me, so I play a lot of those. Very occasionally other types of games as well.
Excellent. And so, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Worries.
That was Dark Insanities, everybody. And oh, good God, Freak rose in even before I had chance to alter to you on the outliner. So the next person that has joined is Enigmatic Rose, who has met some people. So that's interesting.
Yes.
So, hello,
In fact, I just traded favors with the psionic entity up there for communications.
Oh, favors for communications. Interesting. Yes. First of all, Rose, tell us about your empire, please.
So we are the Enigmatic Roses Confederation. Sorry, I'm getting attacked here.
Oh, you're getting
by
attacked.
Random ships.
Oh, so you are.
Yes.
Oh, look. We have combat, everybody. I think this is the first combat in the game.
They just appeared.
Pirates or cultists or...
Didn't have an event for them.
Interesting.
Alien vessels. Turk, daughter of Fade. I wonder if I've gone too far towards a...
Another player. Is this another player?
We're gonna have to wait a year to find out. Research Delta aliens. But yes, we're the Enigmatic Roses Confederation. We were once a great empire spanning the galaxy. And then we kind of got rotten at the core and fell apart due to barbarian hordes. Think a la Roman Empire.
So you blame your fall on an external force, is that what you're saying?
Well, it couldn't have happened if we hadn't had issues internally, which we now recognize and realize because we have embraced equality for all, which the old empire did not.
Okay.
And so, that was the issue.
Okay, and can you tell us about your public goal, please?
Our public goal is to create a galaxy-wide federation.
A galaxy-wide federation. So you want to try and talk everybody into joining the same organization?
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be hard.
Very interesting.
That's going to be difficult.
Under attack.
I've given you one of the harder goals here, haven't I? The public ones.
Yes, you have.
Let's be honest. It'll probably be fine, though. You know. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
So, you've already met a few people. You seem to have met Niku, I can see.
Yes, he won't speak to us for some reason.
He won't speak to you. I wonder why that might be. And then
he's speaking gibberish.
Yeah, I no idea what that's all about. And then you've also met a fallen empire that seems to have something to do with Niku's empire, right?
Yes.
They
I
seem
mean,
to be
Niku's empire
related.
calls them their masters.
Interesting. Okay, so we found that, and then you've also somehow made contact with a hive mind on the other side of the galaxy.
Yes, I'm really not sure about that. I just randomly met them.
I mean, it happens. It's fine. And so, what origin are you playing? Just to be very, very clear.
We are the Remnants.
So you're playing a Remnants origin. So that means that Rose starts on a relic world. Now, it's not the standard relic world, so that everybody understands.
And I just met Josh.
Oh, nice! Gaming FTL. So you don't start with all of the normal modifiers that you get on a relic world. This is a different type of relic world. Essentially, it's a ruined Ecumenopolis. However, it is a very powerful start, isn't it, Rose?
It is definitely nice, yes.
Oh, I see you've also found a wonderful...
Hello!
Oh, hello.
It works.
Excellent. One second.
No worries.
Then,
I'm going to hang out in Diplo 3.
No problem. I'll grab you in a moment. Right, so we have an A Spec back now, so we can go and see him. So with your Empire, Rose, you're playing as the Remnants, but you've also found Prophet's Retreat. Will you be colonizing Prophet's Retreat in the near future, Rose?
Oh, not in the near future, no.
No, not something you're planning on doing? No?
And I'm sure it'll torque off someone, and we believe in peace and equality to a certain point.
So, you found a decent number of worlds around you, though. You've got a 14,
yes.
a 13, and a 24 in your neighbouring vicinity.
Yes, and we're colonizing the 24 right now, and if anyone has not seen any of the Remnants information, they may want to check out that planet, because I'm sure we'll get a pop-up about it in a little bit, or some of the other planets.
Yeah, because one of the things with the Remnant start is that your guaranteed habitables have some interesting little bonuses on them, don't they?
Yes.
So, that's your Empire. Before I send you off back into the rabble, would you please tell us a little bit about your content, and where you create content and all of that sort of thing? Is that all right?
Yep. So I'm Enigmatic Rose 4 here on Twitch and on YouTube. I do primarily strategy games with also some simulation games like RimWorld. In terms of strategy, mostly it's Paradox, Crusader Kings, EU4, Stellaris, and we try to roleplay and have a great time.
Yeah, you do an awful lot of sort of story-led stuff, and also correct me if I'm wrong, you do quite a lot of achievement stuff within Crusader Kings in particular. I've seen you doing it. Rose is another of, again, with all of the casters we've gotten involved today, they are all wonderful, wonderful casters and people that are well worth going and having a look at. They all create content around a variety of games, not just Paradox stuff, but obviously you will see a lot of Paradox stuff amongst their content. Go say hi to them. They're all great. They really are. So, Rose, thank you so much. Edge scrolling. I will obviously speak to you again a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to drop you back into your room, and we're going to drag A Spec up to actually have a proper chat with A Spec where audio isn't causing issues. So thank you so much, and we will speak to you a little later.
All right. See you later.
So he's met a few people now. The Anthill Mob, the Spiff and Co, and the Rock Riders have all met each other. I've heard rumours that it's been a relatively good start for A Spec, which is going to be slightly terrifying if that's the case for everybody else, I would assume. He's already got 4 planets up and running. They're all colonised already, so he's already growing population on 4 planets. Obviously, as a lithoid, he has massively lowered growth rate, but that's offset by the huge habitability bonuses that he's got. And with the Calamitous Birth Origin, and he's used it.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you, A Spec?
I am expanding.
I've noticed you are expanding rather rapidly, in fact. Very rapidly, in fact.
I don't know what the competition is doing in terms of expansion, so...
So, one thing that I have noticed is you seem to have hugged the Spiffco into a rather small area, haven't you?
They're on habitats. They can live anywhere.
I mean, this is accurate. This is a fair point. You also seem to have met the Anthill Mob.
Yes, the ring world to the south, which is... I don't know whether or not they can go anywhere, but it feels like they are also blocked off. And I got a nice little corner for myself.
It does seem that you've ever so slightly blocked off a couple of people there. Although, no, I think maybe the Anthill Mob will be alright. But you've definitely blocked off the Spiffco. So tell us about your, now that we can actually hear each other properly, tell us all about your start, your empire. Who are you? What are you doing?
I am. What is A Spec's empire? My people in my chat asks as well. Thank you for mentioning that. I am the Rock Riders. We are, of course, lithoids. Probably my favorite type of alien species in the game. We are xenophobic, pacifist, and materialist at the same time. Mining guilds and Byzantine bureaucracy, and we ride the rock into any atmosphere that we find. So it's pretty hardcore. We're basically like server dudes. And we are also going to be the Senate.
You're going to be the Senate. Ah, interesting. So you're determined that you're going to take over the Senate, are you?
Well, I'm not saying we're going to take over the Senate, but it's more a case of be nice. It'd be nice if we could.
Yeah, okay. And you're playing a pacifist empire, and your public goal plays into that, doesn't it?
Correct. I need to make. I want to make as much peace and prosperity for the empire where possible. Hopefully accompanied by rapturous applause.
Excellent. So, and again, you're planning on doing that via soft power through the galactic community, right?
That is definitely an option. Yes.
And I've just noticed you've just found another triple system.
Oh, there's a double system right after it, actually.
Yes, correct. Yep. You're getting a lot of worlds here, aren't you?
It's a reasonable amount. Like the problem I have is there is just not a lot of pop growth when it comes to lithoids. So we need to have as many petri dishes to grow in.
Yeah, and to be honest, this is the advantage of lithoids, right? You have that lower growth rate, but the advantage to them is that you can, at the same time, live on just about anything.
Correct.
And I can see that you've used, you're playing the Calamitous Birth Origin, which means that you get a unique colony ship, right?
Correct, and I've slammed it into a couple of planets already.
So that means that you lose, essentially, the bonus that you get from a lithoid for habitability. You lose that 50% bonus because it...
Yes and no. It's a bit more complicated because if I do it on Alpine worlds, it will automatically still be boosted up to 80%.
Yes, because they're your they're your home planet type, correct?
Correct. And there's an Arctic world that I used as an example. It's currently sit down to 60 because of the basically. Ooh, hold on. Oh wait, hold on. That's not the tech I want. That's not the tech I want. I want this one. Thank you. Basically, because I get a plus 50% habitability or something like that. It means that it actually rolls over, so it goes up to like 120. So then it knocks it off to 50 in total, or 80% in total once you slam everything into them, which is nice.
So, and they move a damn sight faster than the standard colony ships, right?
Correct.
They really fly. So that's your empire. And although I suspect most people watching will already know this, could you please tell us about your channel, your content, what it is that you do?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you to Alex de Vries for donating €5 for some stuff that I will talk about shortly. And 2,500 people from my channel are currently watching because we're a Stellaris channel over here, and also some other stuff every once in a while. And we're all having a good time waiting for federations and getting everything up and running for when it is time. So a big old Stellaris channel. If you want to join, for those people that are currently watching on Paradox, Plaza, and or Interactive, feel free to join, and we'll have a fun time.
So, thank you very much for joining us for this.
You're welcome.
What I'll do now is I'll chuck you back down into your channel. So next up, we will be having Gaming FTL joining us. So if I go back into our overall view and find Josh, he is playing the Ultra Snork Believers.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
But now I'm good.
So you're playing as the Ultra Snork Believers Incorporated. So
yes, sounds complicated. Is in fact very, very simple and easy to understand.
Okay, so do you want to start by telling us about your empire? Tell us about who you're playing and all of that sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely. We are the Ultra Snork Believers Incorporated, and we are pacifists. We are also spiritualists. We are also a mega corporation. So all of those things combined is extremely wholesome. It's hashtag beautiful. It's hashtag blessed. It's hashtag content that we can sell to the other people. And I don't know how many species out there have trunks, but we have developed an extremely potent brand of trunk polish that prepares you for spiritual awakening, the event known as the Great Sneeze that will sweep across the galaxy and purify and bring peace to everyone.
And so your ethics lean into this big time, don't they? With pacifism and fanatic spiritualism.
Yeah.
And then, as you say, you're playing as a megacore. And civic-wise, as a megacore, you've taken Gospel of the Masses.
I have. It's I don't know how well it's working out for me, honestly. I haven't had time to look at my pops. But spiritualist pops work out really well for me.
Yes, yeah, they provide you with trade value, which obviously can provide all sorts of bonuses depending on where you decide to put it. Changing over those policies and allowing you to go to either Unity or consumer goods, or just the pure energy input. It's nice.
I'm going for the pure energy input right now, but looking at my consumer goods, I might have to swap it out.
It might be time to look at whether that's the thing to do next, right?
Edicts, but yes.
But you've met some people already.
I have met both Enigmatic Rose and the Delnar Protectors, who are the Fallen Empire, right next to me, and I'm stuck.
You're stuck. But you say you're stuck. Fortunately for you, the Delnar Protectors are they're holy guardians. They're not going to mind if you border them, and no one else can get into that territory above you. So you can expand into that nice and at your leisure. And perhaps most importantly, there's a black hole there, which means that later on in the game you would be able to produce yourself a matter decompressor for all those lovely, lovely minerals. you know, you've got
I think you're giving me a bit much credit for how good I am at this game, but yes, that's the plan.
It's fine. It's fine. So, and your public goal. What is your public goal, please?
My public goal, I'm going to be acting as an intermediary in conflict. So if anyone needs like an independent, objective, unbiased presence in a conversation, then they should just invite me in. I will give them my sage wisdom as given down to us by the great Snork, the Ultra Snork, in fact.
Okay, so you're just you're determined to stop conflict. That seems to be.
That is absolutely true. 100% stopping as much conflict with me as possible.
Excellent, I like it. Okay, so the other thing that we'd obviously like to know a little bit about is you and your content. So, Josh, if you don't mind, could you tell us a little bit about what you do, and you know, what sort of content you create, and that kind of thing?
Well, I create all sorts of ridiculous, silly gaming content, whether it's just messing around in a game or whether it's looking at design of things or reviewing things. I just make basically the stupidest thing I can think of at any one time and put it on Gaming FTL, which is my YouTube channel. I also do role playing, which is why I'm having such a blast with this on Twitch. Allows me to play a very interesting perspective on the universe that I haven't tried before, which is fun. And I also look at all sorts of TTRPGs, which Vampire the Masquerade is one, and Paradox might know them. Do they talk ever?
I think that there's some, you know, there's the occasional conversation that goes on as far as I'm aware. I nothing to do with me though, so yeah. But as far as I'm aware, there's some minor conversations that happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Something Bloodlines 2 later this year, pre-order now, etc. So, but as stated, you've been forced into this playstyle. All of you have, right? I assigned you your ethics and your origins. All of you were given those and told precisely what you had to play as, right? Which has forced you to, as you say, it's made you guys look at the game a bit differently, and it's made you guys approach the game differently. I mean, as a great example, we've got A Spec playing as a pacifist.
I wonder how long that'll last.
I love how everyone's like, there's no way A Spec will stay pacifist. It's hilarious. So, I mean, how did you feel when you got your race through? Was it something that you were like, oh god, what am I going to do with this? Or was it very much, okay, I can have fun with this?
Honestly, I didn't know what to do with it until I actually built the empire and started playing. It's a very economic-based empire, which is not how I normally play. I just build an army and steal other people's stuff, and then they can do the work for me. But no, I'm going to have to do something for myself for once, which I am actually enjoying quite a lot. It's not going to be a lot of combat for me, hopefully. But once I get my trade value, which is also something I didn't fully understand until I played this empire, when I get that up to speed, then I should be good on the economic side of things. I don't know, we'll see.
And of course, the other side of things is that you can build more than one culture building now. So with temples, you can build more than one on a single planet, which will be interesting to see what you do with. And your origin is the Tomb World origin. You've started as a post-apocalyptic race, right?
Yes, there's a reason that we don't like conflict, and it's the fact that it scarred our planet to ashes.
Literal ashes, right? And just out of interest, do your species have any intent to perhaps restore the ecology on their planet one day if they can learn how? Or is that not something that worries them?
I think terraforming technology is of great interest and value to our corporation. So if we get the opportunity, absolutely, I may. It will serve a reminder of our hubris on Flange, our homeworld.
Yeah.
Or it will flourish again. I haven't quite decided yet.
Interesting. Right, well, thank you very much for jumping in with us, and thank you for giving us the time and stuff. And sincerely, thank you for joining in with the event, as with all of you. It's something we really do appreciate. And
I'm excited to see what happens, because I have no idea.
It's gonna, once the secret goals start to get revealed and start to get into play, they're going to be very interesting. Right, so next up we will be having Lambert join us. I will just ask for him to be passed up to me.
Hello.
There we go. Lambert has joined us.
How are you doing, buddy?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm quite all right.
So, Lord Lambert, please tell us about your empire.
Of course, I am a fanatical when it comes to all things egalitarian, and also we revere the revered elders, we're a bit spiritualist as well.
So, the revered elders, tell me about this. This sounds interesting.
So, we were but a species among many, on the dirt, in the Alps, and the revered elders came down from the skies upon wings of gold, and they granted us our wings. They brought us to soar among them in the skies. They are gods to us, and their last gift to us was spaceflight. And now we soar among the stars, remembering who it is that brought us.
And so this has come from the fact that we gave you the origin on the shoulders of giants, right?
Yes.
So this origin means that you start with an archaeological site in your home system. So, a minor spoiler warning for everybody, because I am now going to ask Lambert to tell us what's happened so far with these archaeological sites. So this is a minor spoiler warning. If you don't want to know, mute, and when you see me flick off of Lambert, it'll be safe to unmute again. But Lambert, with that spoiler warning delivered in full, could you please tell us what's happened so far?
So far we have discovered that our race used to be, well, so far in what I've done, we haven't discovered this, but I can tell for later. We discover that our race used to be this very warlike, very antagonistic, very, very aggressive empire. And at some point during their mass conquering of the galaxy, the last defense of another area, I'm not going to go into who it was because that's also that's too much spoiler and you don't need to know, decided to use a super weapon to turn us all, our entire race, into, well, pre-sapients. They turn us into very unintelligent animals, not sapient at all. And then my own personal lore is that the revered elders came down and granted us back our intelligence.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, and mechanically, the way this works is that this is a set of archaeological sites that spawn in your home system, and lead to an entire very interesting story campaign, which is why, particularly with Lambert, and at this point, I've delivered this spoiler warning for people that don't want to know. There are multiple ways that this can go. This is just one of them. But as I said, you start with an archaeological site in your home system, and you're following that story chain through at the moment in your side of this, aren't you? You're currently dealing with the archaeological stuff.
Yeah.
So this is this is where you built your backstory for your empire from. So what is your public goal? What have you been tasked with doing publicly?
I have to build a megastructure to the interstellar assembly. So that's what my goal is.
And this ties into your sort of egalitarian focus. You very much want to bring the galaxy together, don't you?
Yes, I've just found another one of my neighbors.
Oh, who have you found?
I have a border with no virtue.
Oh, goody! Oh, I'm sure that'll be fine. What are you worried about?
Oh, sugar.
What on earth are you worried about? Lambert has a border with the Borg. Sorry, the Reapers, not the Borg. No. So a driven assimilator on your border.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, right? And you've also met Max the catfish.
I have, and I have a little bit of a bone to pick with him, as he has very unkindly taken a choke point. We both could have a choke point each, and he's decided that he wants both.
He's decided that you don't deserve a choke point.
Yes.
I see. Has that caused friction between your nations?
I mean,
privately, it sounds...
Yes.
It sounds
privately, yes. There is friction on my side.
Yeah, I would say that's the sort of thing that sounds to me like it should probably cause friction between your nations. I'm just saying.
He doesn't yet know it has caused more friction than... Yeah, it's caused more friction than he realizes. Put it that way.
Okay. So would that be why you've started building corvettes then?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Could be part of the reason.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's the reason.
Yeah.
But I'm also not saying that it's not.
It's yeah. Okay, I understand. So we've heard about your empire, Lambert. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and your content.
Yeah. So I'm mostly on YouTube. I'm Lambert2191 there, and most of the time I'm recording Imperator Rome. I do quite a lot of multiplayer events, and I sort of did the whole dev clash thing where you've got, someone observing and commentating over everything. That's sort of what I'm doing at the moment for Imperator, and just lots of Imperator mostly on my channel. I go over the dev diaries for it, talk about my thoughts in it on and what I would like to see in the game, and just YouTube and basically
essentially being part of the Imperator community, right?
Yeah, I try.
And
I'm also a part of the No CB podcast as well, which is on every Wednesday.
And which I forgot to ask Enigmatic Rose about, and now I feel guilty.
Yes, Rose is also a member of the No CB podcast, as well as TJ Hafer and Father Loris.
Yes. That again is another piece of content that we kind of do really recommend that you have a look at. Have you, Lambert, told anyone about your secret goal?
My chat knows.
Your chat knows. Interesting. So we've had the first reveal of a secret goal. Are you willing to reveal it to the Paradox chat? That's the question.
We, as fanatic egalitarians, believe that all should be free, and no one should be under the thumb of anyone else in the galaxy. So you're not allowed to have vassal. Everyone must be equal.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our very first secret goal has been revealed. This was something that they were all free to do should they choose to, unless I have told them otherwise, and there are some people who, trust me, have been told otherwise. Some of them are free to tell their secret goals, and so Lambert has decided to reveal to you all that he isn't going to allow anyone to be kept as a vassal. So if anyone tries to take a vassal or a tribute or anything like that, you're going to be going in and doing what you can about that, aren't you, Lambert?
I'm going to be attempting to.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your first sight into what is going on with some of the secret goals.